Thank you for joining me today. My name is Lee Reams with Accounting Works Pro, and today's quick hits, we're going to talk about the tax season that ever ends and ways that tax and accounting professionals can capitalize on it. So not a surprise to anyone who's been dealing with especially all the tax reform and the different changes, and clients who are unorganized, not sure what to do, a little more complex tax returns. Obviously, at the deadline, at least the first deadline, a lot of clients went on extension this year, and a lot of clients were not ready to file, right? So what does that mean? So in the old days of marketing for tax services, and we're seeing this now more than ever on our marketplace sites, especially TaxBuzz, where people may even DIYers put themselves on extension but never actually did anything. Now they're circling back here before the October 15th deadline in a little bit of a panic, realizing, hey, I need to get this done. So let's talk about the opportunities as far as a marketing point of view. As a tax professional in the digital age, you've probably been utilizing technology to keep up with the growing time requirements throughout the year, right? But there is a huge opportunity here to market and grow your practice outside of these normal lead up to tax season. So what we're seeing is an increasing demand for year-round guidance for tax professionals, and we believe this represents a major opening to build new revenue streams across the board. So let's talk about some things. The biggest one is obviously life events, whether this be a taxpayer, an individual, or a business owner. They occur all the time. Right? So people start businesses throughout the year, people get married, they get divorced, people start saving for their child's education. I mean, I can go on and on, right? So there's a lot of different opportunities. So let's talk about just the basics. This is pretty obvious to most of you that are professional tax pros, but some still kind of just work till the 15th and close the doors, and I think they're the ones that are probably missing out the most. But obviously, we have the 15th and the April 15th and October 15th, but there are also other peaks, and we see this in our volume, especially our search. So Google Analytics, we see the volume of people visiting sites. Late January to early February, all the early filers, there's a huge spike in traffic. So a lot of search terms they're using then are tax refund, get my tax refund quickly, find a tax preparer. So there's a lot of keywords that you could create content around if you want to cater to this obvious audience. Obviously, this isn't for everybody. Mid-February through early April, these are the mid-season, kind of the complex filers. This is probably the bread and butter of most of the people we're talking to here today. And then obviously we have the last-minute filers that some people choose not to work with. Others actually put a premium on working with them and will deal with the late-minute filers. So they might have some different type of content or keywords that you could put in your blog or even on your website that's or in your social media channels that you can speak to as far as the last minute filers. So what are the mid-year opportunities, right? So the first one obviously is the deadline of the October 15th, but what we see is the mid-year tax planning options. I think, July, August, this type of time frame, good time to do payroll checkups, withholding checkups, any sort of big planning. So any large income spikes, things that people need to talk about now. So as you guys know, by the time tax season rolls around and you haven't planned for it, it's a little late to now try to figure out what you do with a large, let's say, unexpected windfall, so to speak. So there's a lot of different opportunities in between April and October to help you attract new clients. So this is prime time, right? Reach prospects who may need help ahead of October 15th and reach your audience when the competition may be sitting things out. So what are some other key times for tax accounting marketing? And this is more about, I consider life events the biggest one. I've kind of touched on that a little bit, but all the IRS notices, the CP 2000 notices, so perhaps writing content about different notices as they're going out. We've written some extensive articles about it, and even having, what do you do if you receive a CP notice X, and then, kind of go into each detail. So you could develop content around this. You can do YouTube videos around it, sharing on your social media, obviously pushing out through your email newsletters. I think there's another big opportunity, right? The life events are pretty obvious. Retirement, getting a new job, moving to a new state. You can go on and on the different opportunities. Now, if you're writing content about these items, or if you're including content in your email newsletter, social channels, you might hit somebody up that actually is experiencing that type of life event. And again, the businesses have life events, and so do individuals and taxpayers, right? So It's a huge opportunity to get your message out and generate some off-season business. And in general, too, you're hitting your own clients with your newsletter. So this provides the tax planning for next year. So, this mid-year is kind of, we call it mid-year tune-ups. But we really think these are big opportunities. And even if you can get a bump in, meeting clients off season, another 10 to 15% of revenue, one, you're protecting your clients, and more importantly, you're able to make a little bit more money. So these are kind of the general ideas of how to market year round, right? So it's important, have that newsletter going, have a presence year round, get reviews year round. It is no longer a 3-month period. You're not the fly by the night, close my door type of pro. So make your website and your material, your marketing materials stay the same. If you have any questions about this or how you can market year round or need assistance, visit our website at accountingworkspro.com or give us a call at 800-442-2477. Thank you.